Kickstarter critique, where I take a look at a different tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. And quick show note, I actually did a really weird news segment this past weekend where I checked out 3 very random, very out there Kickstarters and did mini critiques of all 3 of them. Stuff that I would never normally cover on the flagship shows, but some interesting stuff. I awarded an F- to one of them to pique your interest. But if you want to check that out, it's the featured video. But today I'm actually legitimately very excited to be checking out a game from the designer of one of my favorite games of all time, Terraforming Mars. If you've never had the opportunity to play it, I would recommend it. Can't vouch for the dice game or the card game. Want to try one of these days. But Wilderness, a game of survival 2nd edition. I didn't realize there was a 1st edition. I'm going to guess that this was something that they did before they did Terraforming Mars. Ooh, it's 1 to 8 players. Wow. Yeah, I hate the main image. I gotta say, like, it's just art. Like, it looks nice. Don't get me wrong. Like, oh, it looks nice and pretty, but it's not very functional. And, like, game found. Cool. Why did you, like, okay, I know where I am. There's a guy looking at the wilderness. It's pretty. I'm not buying art here, though. I'm buying a game. And if you tell me this is a 1 to 8 player game, that's going to pique my interest massively. In Wilderness, players drift ashore on an island after a horrible shipwreck and need to find their way through deep jungles and over high mountains to reach the civilization and survive. They need to avoid wild animals and sicknesses while managing their thirst, hunger, and exhaustion. The first one to reach the village or the last survivor has won over the wilderness. That sounds like a fun game. Different wind conditions, survival on a map. You imagine you're going to be different places, with revealing tiles. That actually sounds like a really fun game. Also, 1 to 8 players, 90 minutes. That is quite the player count. So 1.5 thousand people were signed up. They were hyped for this. So what do we got here from the makers of Terraforming Mars? See, so once again, I go back to that main image, and I do not a fan unless they mentioned it. I think they did. I think they mentioned in the description that this is from the people who did Terraforming Mars. Right, where is it? Oh, actually, you know what? Let's back up a little bit because now GameFound has allowed it to make it so you can actually sort these things by, I believe it is popularity. Yeah, most popular. So let's see how yes, go GameFound. So this is currently the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 12th, 16th, 20th most popular project on GameFound out of, how much is there? Let's just find out. I'm curious. 36. These are live. These are not just stuff you can get in the back end. 48, 52, 56, 60, 63. Go GameFound. Wow. 63 projects on GameFound right now, and this is the 20th most popular. Okay. That's cool information to know. As always with the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Yeah, not mentioning somewhere on that, like this. This is why I hate the square as opposed to the rectangle. Like, if you tell me this is for the makers of Terraforming Mars, I feel like so many more people would have their interest just piqued immediately about this game. But let's go. 55. Wow, it's quick. Okay.
Let's play a game of survival. It began with a raging storm. The ship was torn apart.
I don't know what accent they're going for there, or if they are going for an accent, but I do appreciate the subtitles. But then again, never mind. It's YouTube. Take backsies.
Only a few made it to land, barely alive. And that's where the journey began.
Okay, so once again, I don't mind artificial intelligence at all, but I'm guessing that's what they used. And if you don't need to use it, I wouldn't recommend using it just because it's not the best look for a lot of people. It's still, it's getting more and more regular, but just leading with this, slapping me in the face in the first 13 seconds, I don't know. I think it's a good play.
Alive. That's where the journey begins.
I do like the basic idea of the premise, though. Ah, cool.
Move through deserts, deep jungles, towering mountains, and treacherous swamps, all while battling thirst and hunger in the creeping grip of exhaustion. Beware of bears, wolves, and venomous snakes. Sickness and misfortune will come your way. Grab your equipment and face the day.
Is it just backwards? Oh, they are backwards. Okay. Beyond reach. Yeah, so it looks like there's a decent, it's not a huge chunk of text on the cards, which you probably hope to see in a game like this, but it is, it's a decent amount of text there, and, plenty of art, getting thematic, and now I kind of understand why they focus so much on the art in the main image, but still.
The day. Will you survive the wilderness?
That's it? That's all. Okay. That was quick. Do I want it? I don't think you wowed me, but I am definitely interested because I know you can make great games, and I know this is a second edition, which pretty much tells me that you love this game, and you think this game should get more love, and you believe that you could change it to make it better. The second edition, I will say, I felt like that did a terrible job of telling me what was different in the second edition. Like, how have you improved the game? Now, I understand that the first edition probably wasn't that popular, and so there's not going to be like a huge demographic of people who are going to be like, oh yeah, look at all the vast improvements. But at the same time, for everyone, that's still good knowledge. Like, okay, so you had this presumably good game, and now here's how you have improved upon it in the second edition. And I don't feel like you did that at all. I don't feel like that was a particularly good video. It looked fine. It looked like a fun game, but I wanted, and I'd say needed more there. So hopefully they can fill that in the story. More info, Frykes Games. So do I want it? I like the idea of the game. I think it's going to be heavily attached to how much is it. Can you do it? Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. So have you, is this your first game found one? Is this? You might want to get your, is that just you, or is that like a game found issue? I can't imagine that's a game found. Your picture's not up there. So they haven't done anything else. Which means they were on Kickstarter. Now, I know that they are big proponents of artificial intelligence. At least I would assume so, because they, I'm guessing, had some part in maybe the artwork in the Race Through the Galaxy dice game, which, if I recall correctly, or card game, one of the two, that was one of the big Kickstarter projects where people, when it was first like, oh my gosh, let's see how this does, because it's using artificial intelligence arts, and it's fairly obvious, and it did really, really well, because, you know, whatevs. I've been saying that for years. It's gonna be a nothing burger in like 5 years, if not sooner. Wow, this looks weird. Oh, BackerKit experience. Oh, this is. Oh, I wonder. BackerKit is currently experiencing an outage. We are actively investigating and hope to get back soon. Oh, that's my graph in the middle. Okay, sorry. I have a bar here normally, which shows me the trajectory of Kickstarter projects and their funding and whatnot, and that's what that is. So you can ignore that BackerKit thing there. That looks kind of weird. Ew, jalop. Frikes. I thought better. Actually, I didn't think better. I've seen one of your other projects before. I wasn't overly over the moon over it. So, what? They've only done one? That doesn't seem right. Wait, no, I covered one of their projects many years back on Kickstarter. Maybe it was just the designer of the game. Oh, Terraforming Mars. What? Kickstarter? That sounds... Okay, sorry. I'm getting distracted. Terraforming Mars Legacy. I know they have other stuff. I don't know how we're going to find it here. So can you do it? Yeah, I'm going to give them a nod here because it's the Terraforming Mars people, and this doesn't look like an incredibly impressive game to make wise. Like I mean by that, like, component wise. It's not like it'd be terribly difficult to make this game. $45. Wow, that's a great price. Once again, I put that on the marquee. From the makers of Terraforming Mars, second edition, improved game, $45. Bandy about some comments, some quotes from the original game. You know, maybe even some negative ones. Like, oh, this feels like it's just one step away from being a game that absolutely could stay on my shelf for a long time. Like, I don't see that enough on second editions, and I think people would really appreciate that if you dug more into the slightly negative comments about your first edition, especially if you improve them, right? Because then you can also wear that as a badge of, look at this. We saw, you guys were right. Everyone was right. I should say you guys. Everyone was right. We fixed it. You know, cool. So hopefully they do that here. What did they do in the second edition? You're stranded in the middle of nowhere. I get it. 1 to 8, 14 plus. Such a cool player count. Game for 1 to 8 players where you compete to be the first to reach the village for the last survivor. Unless, of course, this does not have simultaneous play, in which case, I wonder what that downtime is, but in an 8-player game. The reward for this project is available in several languages. Got it. So here's a preview. Okay. Thanks for making me go off Game Found to get to it. But it's there. Also, thank you for not taking a quote from that. Very much appreciated. So not only do I have to go to a separate place, I have to watch a 13-minute video in order to get anything from you out of this. Like, that's what quotes are for. Another preview, a walkthrough and preview. So is that a gameplay? Is that what you mean? Gameplay? I'm going to guess that's a gameplay, but it says it's a 90-minute game. I'm going to guess 2 players is shorter than 8.
Hey, Alex Radical from
okay.
Board Game Co.
I'm Professor Meg.
Very nice guy, by the way. Alex is incredibly nice. I will tell you if I don't like somebody in the hobby. Actually, I won't. I probably wouldn't. Maybe I would. I like Alex, though. He's really nice. He's fun to talk to as well. Incredibly knowledgeable. 8 unique characters. Choose a character. Each comes with its own miniature and unique ability. Yeah, that's awesome. Love that. Okay. Love to see some zoomed in abilities there. Replayability. With 8 different triangle tiles with varying biomes, there are millions of combinations. The land will be different each game. Okay. I wonder if those are double-sided. That'd be cool, too. Seems like a stretch goal to me. Push your luck. Balance your health against the need to push ahead. But I imagine that might do... No, I guess it wouldn't need play-tested, would it? Because in theory, the jungle is going to be different every time. So like, the rifle, for instance, might be great in one game, but, oh, like, I don't know. I don't know how deep this game goes. I do know I like the price. I do know I like the pedigree. And, there's not a lot to sell on here. I mean... Save 12 euros by getting Wilderness on GameFound for just 38 euros. Thank you for converting the currency for me. Considering you know the majority of people who are going to back your project are going to be from the United States of America. The overwhelming majority of time, they did one Kickstarter. Apparently, I think they've done more, but... And, yeah, 808 to 207. Wow, Sweden! I don't think I've ever seen Sweden in second place. Big ups. I wonder if they're from Sweden. I don't know why that took me so long to pronounce that in. Recognition. Back in the first 40 hours to get your name printed on the inside of the box lid on all Kickstarter copies. That's actually... I kind of like that early bird, honestly. Right? Like, this is the special one. Lock it in. That's neat. You get promo cards and exclusive landscape, and that's a great way to get people, like, to make sure they're backing on day one. And once again, for 45 bucks, I don't think it's going to be hard. You get promo cards and exclusive landscape tiles for free. Landscape tiles. Hot. I don't know what that is yet. I can't imagine that's a huge one, but, like, even little ones you could add. 8 landscape tiles and 2 double-sided corner pieces. Those are landscape tiles? Wow. Okay. So what am I getting here? 1 compass spinner, 5 miniature animals, and 2 custom dice, 18 shipwreck cards. And once again, you're not up against the gun on price. Like, I'm not going to be over... Ooh, okay. I thought that was a player reference card at first, but that's a rule booklet. Yeah, for $45, that looks like a perfectly fine game. No issues at all. How much is it? Seems... Dare I say it? Great? I think I dare. Like, this is $45 for a miniature game? With 13 miniatures, 2 custom dice, a spinner, you know, 100-ish cards. Like, that is a very good value. That's a third of a point grade bump up. I hardly ever give third of a point grade bump ups just for the price, but that feels like a really good price. Like, it's 15 bucks under MSRP for a miniatures game. I don't care if they're like the Time of Legends Destinies minis that are like super tiny or something like that, but still, that's a great price. Put it on the marquee, along with the fact that it's made by the designer of one of the highly rated games of all time. So 45 people have backed. Doesn't feel like a great number. Now, I don't know when this launched, because normally my backer kit will show it to me. Oh, but that's because there's another pledge. You just haven't mentioned it yet. Of course, I'm a fool. 91 people took this one, which is the Get Everything. What's everything? I don't know. We haven't talked about it at all. Do you need to know? Sure. I guess we'll show you. Here it is. It's a neoprene mat. Would you like it zoomed in? Go somewhere else. Or click through. Sleeves, additional miniatures. What are these? First player marker, the shipwreck, and a time marker. Completely unnecessary stuff. Okay. Hand-painted set. Ooh la la. Is that... by the designer himself? Holy God! What if this got really popular? Okay. Click here to take a look at the rule booklet. Awesome. Daily reveals. Yeah, they're called reveals, Awaken Realms. They're not called stretch goals. Each day will reveal new content that will be exclusive to this campaign and will not include the retail version of the game. Stay tuned. Cool. Event card plus a special tile. Wow. Once again, you're not up against a very high price at all. Even the jump. Let's see what that jump was. I kind of glossed over that because you didn't really sell it to me well. So a $38 jump. Ew. Ew, icky. And you're including crap I don't need with stuff that's gameplay. Is that what that is? The promo pack? This set includes... yeah, because you know you're going to want that. Does this kind of have the promo pack? Oh, it does have the promo pack. Okay, so what's different? Okay, good. Bonus minis, neoprene game mat, sleep pack. So you need to get $38 more for 3 minis you don't need. Shut up, potentials. That's Los Angeles, California. Oh my gosh. I gotta take this real quick. This is so unprofessional. Hello. this is him. Yeah, how are you doing? I did. Yes, I have started filling that out last night when I was watching the Broncos game. I was going to finish that later once my kids got home from school. Oh, is it 10 a.m.? Oh my gosh! Oh golly! I'm so sorry. Um, I am so sorry about that. Oh, I will. I will do that. Thank you so much for the consideration. I apologize for that. Bye. Okay, super sorry, unprofessional as all get out, but that was a very important phone call that I needed to take. I could not take that call, so yeah, sorry about that. Third of a point. That's like a full point grade bump down for me, but that was a completely unexpected call that I was not expecting. Wow, I'm shook right now. I want to go talk to my wife because I just got that phone call, but I can't. Let's keep trucking. I'm excited. It's a good thing. It's all good things. It's good things potentially, not bad things. Event card plus a special tile. Meet the characters. Wow, I gotta tell you, I am so far away from this campaign right now with what that phone call was, and I can't even tell you about it, unfortunately. Maybe in like 4 months. Oh, 6 months. I don't know, 12 months? 75 months. Who knows? Nina Fried. So this is all the people working on the stuff. Cool. Shipping and taxes. USA, 15 euros, 20 euros. 25 euros, 30 euros. Okay, so now we're getting up into the sort of like 70-ish. And now that's sounding much more like the price I was expecting to pay for this kind of mini game, but it feels fine. Kickstarter reasonable, no problems. Yeah. Because I think before you even get there, you've probably honestly made your decision, unless that price was just gouge you in the face bad, which it's not that bad, but it's not great. I'm really surprised this is not doing more. I guess I can't. Like, it's just. Let's check out the FAQ updates. Comments. Like, that was it. That was all. No quotes. No mentioning the track record that much. Like, no mentioning the original game at all. Is this just a straight reprint, or have you done something different to it? Like, I feel like this is a rough draft. I feel like I was so taken out of sorts by the phone call that I must have missed something, and no, I did not. I didn't miss a thing. This is not. It's not a. Not a lot going on here. All right, sickness cards. The sickness cards are drawn when entering swamps. Death, cool. Okay. Yeah, let's check out that and give it a grade. It just launched, so I can't imagine a lot, but I can't imagine. I can't imagine that they're thrilled with how this is doing, right? So I hope they are going to ask, what do you think we could do differently? And I just be like, hey, make sure you share this. Because I imagine that feedback would be golden to them. For now, for the future. Because like that felt very underwhelming for you trying to bring your baby back to the world. Now let's see how this one did when it first so we got wilderness. Is that how you spell it? Wilderness. No. What? No, this is the right game. Because I just thought it was really interesting that they didn't spotlight. Okay, so this will take us back to. Nope, that's a different game called Wilderness. All right. And once again, this is annoying to me because you're making me go look at why this needs a second print run, right? Oh, I looked at it earlier. Where was it? So, recently viewed. Where the heck is it? Restless Humans. Yes, dang it. You know what? I'm just going to do the Terraforming Mars. See, and that's what I'm talking about. I feel like they should have spotlighted the designer's track record. I feel like they should have spotlighted. So, yeah, the creator of the number 7, the number 186, 1091, 4 of the top 2,000 games of all time. You could, like, there you go. Now, where's Wilderness on this? Space Station, Terraforming Mars Prelude, Colonies. These are all expansions. Where the heck is it? Oh, so it's not from that it's not from that designer. It's from that. Oh, what's going on here? So it's from Frax Games. Can I? All right, Wilderness. No, how about we just do this by name? Yeah. So it would be all the way at the back end because it's Wilderness. So we can find this, no problem. Page 5. There it is. Wilderness 2011. So 8,772. So more misses than hits in most people's opinion. But yeah, it was the 12. It was, top 1,300 thematic game of all time, and we just thought it just deserved a facelift. Are there videos? There are. There's a Dice Tower review. Get Tom saying something here. You know, for a theme, I keep thinking about Mage Knight. Thanks for the review. Did mention get a couple things wrong though. Yeah, and like there's a spinner in there. I don't feel like you did a great job in the video, like getting me excited. Okay, so let's see what the most recent. Hey, nothing gets using AI in some way, but you can't care for your games. But can't you care for your games? AI can be used without being this sloppy mess. Most projects using AI have either one or two things going. They're really starting their project first with no funds and trying to make ends meet, or they use AI as part of the process while they're still employing artists and making high quality end product art. This looks pitiful. Please have some respect and care for your games. This is not a post against AI. I got nothing against Awakened Realms. They do care for their games' quality and presentation. I hope this is not the final art. I also hope you get components to a nice standard. I hope you have learned something from Terraforming Mars. This is a crowdfunding campaign. People expect to have a certain standard on components. True. And it just keeps getting higher and higher, unfortunately. And I say unfortunately because you go look back at games from the 90s and 2000s, they're just as fun, but they have garbage components and they're perfectly fine. Most of them. Seeing no consideration for double-layered boards or component quality is weird. You're making the game cheaper when cheaping is going to cost almost the same as the game. When cheaping is going to cost almost the same as the game, I think people would prefer more of the game with higher price. First games using AI slap again, hard pass. I was back at 134. I'm wondering if I got the pledge in early, though, to qualify to be a thing. First daily reveal has been added. So this one's up for 3 days now. Hi. Shipping seems like you haven't included these places. And question, ignored. But they came in the next day. They came in, dropped a message, talked at us, added a question like we're going to ask, like we're going to answer your question. Like this guy is going to be like, I know you ignored my questions that are actually useful, and not just useful to me, but potentially useful to entire other countries of people. But I'm going to just ignore that and answer your question about thematic blah, 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 blah. Like, no, that's garbage customer service. Fry's Games has adopted AI artwork a bit too heavily, in my opinion. Kingdom Legacy is fine, but here again, is that necessary? Necessary is, of course, a matter of definition. The original game had no images at all for event cards and sickness cards. We would, of course, keep it that way, but I doubt most people would prefer that. Nice answer, Fry's Game, saying you could always do worse and not even have art. Do you hear yourselves? Oh my god, I can't thumb this hard enough. And I don't care if I didn't put the thing between T. Nice answer, Frank's Games. Saying you could always do worse and not even have art. Sometimes, as a parent, I say stupid crap like that to my kids, or my wife does, and it's just like, oh yeah, that does sound kind of dumb. Like there's things I can't. Yeah. Is there any place I can see a description of all the difference between the first and second editions? Yeah, I know. Like, duh. I found the FAQ entry. Is there? Oh, yes. Cool. Forgot about that. What is the difference? The book was our very first published game. We've learned a lot since then, and the version improves all aspects of the game. We've added asymmetrical player powers, exciting differences between wild animals, improved hunting rules, game flow, and much more. Component qualities much higher with beautiful miniature sculpt by Daniel for extra emergent, brand new artwork by our sister. Naomi's brought the production to a whole new level. Yeah, you know what? That's the kind of stuff you should mention in that video instead of trying to get it under 60 seconds. It was our first game. We went on to make amazing, epic, incredible experiences, and always deep in the back of our heart, we just knew we wanted to come back to Wilderness. You know, sometimes we design games and expansions to feed ourselves, and sometimes we do it because we have an absolute passion for the game. And in this case, I don't know if you want to go that route, but there's so many different things you could have said here instead of just swapping it into the FAQ, right? Ugh, it's a play elimination. I love play elimination. Oh, yes. Actually, watching components drop like flies is part of the game experience. Okay. I love player elimination. I personally think it's the best mechanism of all the gaming, in my personal opinion. There's no higher sense of urgency than, oh, yeah, if I lose, I don't get to play anymore. But I feel like people would like to know that in advance, especially for an 8-player game for that last 90 minutes, right? Oh, Frank's Games adopted AR artwork a bit too heavily, in my opinion. Okay, so is there any opinion I could go to see a description of the difference between? Yep. Cool. And there's more. Frank's Games, I'm a massive fan of Terraforming Mars. It saved my sanity during COVID. I'm back in this game to create an absolute goat in Terraforming Mars. Correct. I love the artwork. You once sent my wife and I a promo card. It was a big positive when there wasn't much to be positive about. Cool. Cool. 20 euros postage on a 38-euro game is a bit of a shocker before bat. Going to have to give this one a hope. Oh, I didn't think it. Do I have to deal with that? Does America have to VAT? Let me put on my stupid American hat. Do we VAT? Yeah, because that makes the price not nearly as. Are the event and sickness cards completely AI generated? They look so strange, but anyway, good luck with this campaign. No, well, most of the cards are based on AI generated image. Naomi's been editing and moderating images, adding details, and working on those images to. Okay, got it. Let's get out of here with this grade. It's not good. It's just not. If I told you that the designer of one of the most popular and one of the highest rated games of all time, someone who has gotten that spin-off game into Target, probably sold millions of units of their games, dropped a game on GameFound, reimagining their first game, their baby, 8 players, goes up to 8, 1 to 8. It could be solo. 90 minutes, medium weight game, $45. And I told you that thing wasn't funded in 3 days. What would you think? You think, wow, Jesus, how much are they asking for? 150,000? Like 80? Like what? And I told you it's $11,000. You'd be like, what? That's all I need to say here. Just saying those facts out loud means that this, I feel like, is a terribly ran project. The video, like, it makes it look like a fun game. I'll give it that, but I wanted to know more. And it just, this campaign page it was just video dump quotes. You don't need them. Spotlight our track record. Why would we want to really do that? Did you? I think you did at the bottom. Yeah. Maybe. I don't even know. And then the main image. Just bad. It's bad. Like, especially for what it could be. This is a $45 game with miniatures. Let me repeat myself. This is a $45 game with miniatures from the designer of Terraforming Mars. And this has not hit its $11,000. What? That was, whoa, I thought you were coming to Kickstarter. That's what the internet said. Board Game Geek. Oh, they switched. They're switching it up. Wait, that makes me want to go look at their Kickstarter. Because they can't be happy with how this is going. Are they going to go back now after this? I'm so curious. Boy, howdy, Frank's Games. I really want to cover your future campaigns. I've not received my pledge. I'm from the U.S. I've never finished my backer kit, but I just noticed that I still couldn't finish. I left the games, the expansions played, I got mine. Cool. So it looks like people got their stuff for the most part. Anywho, final grade. Do I want it? I want that. I want to play that. I want that. I want Legacy that. Do I want it? Yes. Oh boy. Oh boy. Frank's Games. Go talk to Stronghold. Be like, hey Stronghold, can you just drop a little bit of love for our campaign so you can push us over the oh man, push them. They're gonna hit it no matter what. They got 11 days, but it's just, yeah. Do I want it? I do. The price feels fine. Doesn't feel great anymore once we got to the shipping. And if there's VAT, I'm a little bit more worried. But I'm not really worried about not like, oh, I'm going to pick this up at Target or anything like that, especially if you hitting $11,000. And that's not an insult. It's just, this is what it is. So if I want to get it, I probably need to get it here. So how much is it fine? Do I want it? Yeah, kind of. Can you do it? Yeah, I know you can do it. But at the end of the day, I feel like it just wasn't well ran at all. And if you just look at all the other projects out there and how much money they're making, not being designed by the game who made Terraforming Mars, right? Like, just put it like that. Or even from the company. From the company. I guess it's not the guy. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah. Because that's not, like... Once again, we said there was 20 on here. Or it was... Yeah, so we're down here with... Arcanet, a strategic battle card game, Magnuscape, Magnetic RPG Battles, Masters of... Like, it's just, we're in this territory, which you wouldn't expect this project to be, as opposed to, if I told you it was up here, would you be shocked at all? No? 100,000? Absolutely not. If I told you it was here. So I feel like it's just... D. Like the deluxe version, I forgot to look at that too, because the deluxe version was so poorly sold too. So I can't imagine that was overwhelmingly the most popular pledge, even though it. Yeah, so let's check that out. I am curious. Yeah, so 45 to 91, 2-1. That's not good. That's really bad, especially considering it's only $83. Like, that should show you how poorly you sold that. Just, Frank's Games, go look at 10 other campaigns just out there. Random prices, random campaigns, Kickstarter game found that have a deluxe and then the deluxe plus. Or the game and then the deluxe plus, or whatever you want to call it. And 2-1 is terrible. That means you did a terrible job selling the upsale, which is where you make a lot of the money, right? Because you're paying $38 for because at the end of the day, you have to do less print runs of play mats and accessories and stuff like that than you have to do of the actual board games. So it's just wild. I'm gonna go with a D. Wilderness Game of Survival. I feel like this is probably a game they absolutely love and they just wanted to bring it back to the world, and I don't get that vibe at all. And I feel like it's just inexcusable. Like, I feel like I could lie. I could pretend like I am related to the Frykes, get on their Kickstarter page overnight with a graphic designer who knew what they were doing, and just, like, it wouldn't be that hard. There's so many little things they just didn't choose to do. And it's like, even, D, I'm out of here. Done talking about it. They don't care enough to gully up that game found. I don't care enough to talk about that project. Let me know in the comments below what's your final grade for this one. As always, thanks for your time, YouTube. What's that, 421, huh? Oh, in the last 20 minutes. Cool. Bye. Oh, I didn't hit F stream. Bye for real.